After resubmitting my college entrance exam application, I relaxed. Finally, I don't have to fight with Lu Jing anymore. No one knows that I've been reborn. The deadline for filling out the application for the early batch is 12 noon tomorrow. I'm afraid that the network will be too slow tomorrow and I won't be able to log in, so I went out to change my application overnight. In my previous life, I chased Lu Jing all my life and blamed him all my life. In the end, I ended up dying with hatred. In this life, I don't want to have any contact with Lu Jing anymore. I want to never see him again. July 13th is my 18th birthday. I will tell him in public on that day, I'm not engaged to you. You are free. There are still 15 days. As soon as I left the internet cafe, I received a text message from Lu Jing. I'm playing outside with my friends, and may be back later. Please cover for me. Thank you. I replied casually. Yeah. Lu Jing and I are childhood sweethearts. His father and my father were comrades in arms, and his mother and my mother were best friends and colleagues. I lived in his house for 3 years and always called his mother motherly. His mother treated me better than her own son. I had a crush on him, and he liked Su Shanshan. I had planned to keep this feeling deep in my heart and be his sister for life, but on the day of the college entrance examination, Lu Jing took me to the bar. I was molested by 2 men when I was drunk in the bathroom. If Lu Jing hadn't found me for a long time, I really don't know what would have happened. I think being molested is a huge insult. I almost committed suicide. Mother Li felt that Lu Jing had not protected me well and forced him to agree to get engaged to me, out of guilt. Lu Jing agreed to hold an engagement party as soon as he got the admission letter. Su Shanshan couldn't accept Lu Jing's engagement, and she made a big fuss. Lu Jing found all kinds of excuses to comfort Su Shanshan. In my previous life, Lu Jing really loved Su Shanshan. He would give up everything for her, including his principles, future, conscience. The more I entangled, the more I lost. The more I lost, the more unwilling I was. I used all means to oppose them, wanting to make them suffer as much as I did. In the end, Mother Li, who was as close as mother and daughter, and I never had any contact with each other again. The 2 sons I raised with great effort also all despised me. I heard them say with my own ears, Mom, it's better to die early since she is so tired. It will also help our father and Aunt Sue. It's been 30 years, and it's really not easy for them. In this life, I will not be the evil person who broke up their marriage. I don't want those 2 ungrateful people. I helped them and let myself go. Modifying the early batch volunteers was my first step to stay away from Lu Jing. It was also my first step to live for myself. In my previous life, in order to be with Lu Jing, I gave up my favorite public university. I accompanied him to the National University of Defense Technology, which he had always dreamed of. The full military management is much more stringent than the police management. There are more training time and projects, which makes me physically and mentally exhausted. It is miserable. What makes me even more uncomfortable is that Lu Jing and Su Shanshan are flirting with each other under my nose. I am jealous and crazy. But I dare not jump out to blame them, because I am the third party. Later, Su Shanshan was suddenly expelled from school. Lu Jing thought it was me, and never gave me a good face again. After graduating from college, Lu Jing was reluctant to fulfill his promise to marry me, until I received Su Shanshan's marriage request. In order to stop Lu Jing's thoughts, Su Shanshan hurriedly married a rich second generation who was uneducated. Lu Jing was disheartened and finished the wedding with me like a zombie. After marriage, Lu Jing has been avoiding me. He didn't go home for several years. I went to the army to see him, and he would rather take duty for his comrades than come back to the dormitory to accompany me. Mother Li called me every day to ask if I was pregnant. She also sent me a set of sexy lingerie to please Lu Jing and to let Mother Li hold her grandson as soon as possible. I shyly climbed onto the bed in the duty room wearing it, but Lu Jing pointed at my nose and called me a slut. I couldn't stand it anymore, so I ran back overnight and said I would divorce Lu Jing no matter what. Lu Jing came back to apologize to me. He coaxed me with soft words and made up for the wedding night that was 3 years late. I got pregnant in just one night, twins. I thought that if I had a child, Lu Jing would take on the responsibility of a husband and father. I later realized that the child could only trap me. The only person who could trap Lu Jing was Su Shanshan. Even though he knew that I had a difficult delivery due to Su Shanshan's provocation and almost died, he still defended Su Shanshan at all costs. In order to make me forgive Su Shanshan, he knelt in front of me and stabbed himself twice to atone for Su Shanshan's sin. At that time, I was still in the hospital and the 2 children were still in the incubator. He didn't ask a single question, let alone go to see the children. I received a video from Su Shanshan as soon as I got home. In the video, she and Lu Jing hugged each other tightly, dancing a dance that made people's blood boil. Mother Li, who came back from the night self-study, saw that I was fascinated by the video and leaned over to watch. After seeing the content of the video clearly, Mother Lee was furious. This damn boy, abandoning his fiancée to accompany an outsider. I must skin him alive. Su Shanshan, this vixen is so shameless. Lu Jing is about to get engaged, and she still pesters him to dance this kind of dance. I will go to her tomorrow to talk to her parents. Su Shanshan's father is a security guard in our school. Her mother is a cleaning lady. Mother Lee, as the director of the school, has never made things difficult for them, until she found out that Lu Jing was secretly dating Su Shanshan. Mother Lee was particular about the marriage of the two families. She looked down on Su Shanshan's family background. She hoped that Lu Jing would be with me, because my father was a major, my uncle was the principal of a provincial key middle school, and my uncle was the director of a department. My connections would make Lu Jing's future brighter. In order to break up the couple, Mother Lee would find fault with Su Shanshan's parents every time she saw them. She hoped that Su Shanshan would have self-knowledge and stay away from Lu Jing. However, Su Shanshan and her parents tried their best to cling to Lu Jing and refused to let go. In the previous life, we, the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, could not drive Su Shanshan away from Lu Jing. When I was exhausted and Mother Lee was old and weak, Su Shanshan successfully married Lu Jing, and I got 2 good sons. In this life, I will never stop them again, but I will not interfere with Mother Lee. If Su Shanshan wants to be the daughter-in-law of the Lu family, she must pass Mother Lee's test. Mother Lee had only one way to punish Lu Jing, whipping him with a feather duster. Each time she whipped him, a blood mark was left, and it was particularly cruel. I thought that Lu Jing, who was beaten, would blame me for telling on him and ignore me. Unexpectedly, he took the initiative to apologize to me. I'm sorry. I made you misunderstand. Shanshan and I just danced, nothing else. Don't worry. I know my identity and won't do anything out of line. He said it very sincerely. If I hadn't been sharp-eyed, I would have believed his lies when I saw the kiss mark on his neck. He has always been a liar. When I was a child, he used all kinds of tricks to deceive me. He made me cry for him, laugh for him, and make trouble for him, but I don't think he is a bad brother, because he dotes on me. After giving birth to the child, he lied to me that he had cut off contact with Su Shanshan. I took my 2 sons to the army to celebrate his birthday, but I saw Su Shanshan and her daughter and a room full of women's products in his dormitory. Later, I was dying of illness, so I asked him to come to the hospital to see me. He said he was injured and his legs were inconvenient. In fact, he was busy preparing for his wedding with Su Shanshan. In the previous life, he lied to me all his life. In this life, I will never believe anything he said again. As long as I don't believe it, he will never be able to lie to me. I waved my hand gently. You don't need to explain. I have no right to interfere with your freedom. When Su Shanshan sent me the video, your mother was right next to me. I didn't complain. It was just her bad luck. Showing off your love will kill you quickly. If she hadn't deliberately provoked me and wanted to swear sovereignty in front of me, she wouldn't have been humiliated by Lee's mother. Lu Jing smiled bitterly. How can you have no right to interfere with me? We will get engaged after we get the admission letter. After the engagement, I will be yours. I will obey your orders and serve you. I will work hard for you until I die. No, I will not receive the admission letter from the National University of Defense Technology. I will not get engaged to you. You don't have to be so wronged. You don't have to coax me against your will. There are still 14 days left. Just bear with it, Lu Jing asked. What 14 days? Oh, so he even forgot my birthday. I pushed Lu Jing out of my room. You are only a few days away from being free. I will help you. After filling out the volunteer application, I have to prepare for the military examination. Under the strict supervision of Lee's mother, Lu Jing never went out to meet Su Shanshan in private again. Lu Jing, who was in Chao's camp but his heart was with Han, held his mobile phone all day long, either talking on the phone or video chatting. Madame Lee beat him every time she caught him. She also handed me a feather duster and asked me to beat him a few times to vent my anger. I was too lazy to waste time and energy on this. Forget it. Lu Jing thought I was reluctant to beat him and was quite touched. Don't worry. I just talked to her about some ordinary topics between friends. Nothing else. I know I am engaged, so I won't do anything wrong. What's the point of an engagement? Even a marriage certificate can't stop him from having an affair with Su Shanshan. I responded vaguely. I was exhausted from running, long jump, and sit-ups every day. I also had to practice questions for psychological tests. I really didn't have the energy to care who he was flirting with. Lu Jing was very worried that Su Shanshan would not pass the interview, and asked me if there was any way out. If I had the heart, there would be a way out. But why should I cause trouble to my relatives for someone I hate? No. Aren't you always pursuing fairness and justice? Are you going to make an exception for Su Shanshan? Lu Zhang was very dissatisfied with my answer, but he didn't say anything, he just never took the initiative to talk to me again. I had long been accustomed to his indifference and indifference to me, so I didn't feel that sad. Mother Li thought we were under too much pressure and didn't want to talk. She didn't take it to heart. She just made delicious food for us every day in different ways. On the day we left for the military examination, Lu Zhang picked a rose from the garden early in the morning. Mother Li smiled and said, "This kid finally got the hang of it and gave you flowers." I didn't tell Mother Li that it was Su Shanshan who liked roses. These flowers were not for me. Su Shanshan slapped me as soon as we met. You are so vicious. Not satisfied with taking Lu Zhang away, you even asked Aunt Li to fire my parents. Su Shanshan's parents were fired. It seems that Mother Li was really angry this time, but what does this have to do with me? Su Shanshan didn't dare to confront her future mother-in-law head-on, so she wanted to take it out on me. If the tiger doesn't show its power, does she think I'm a sick cat? I raised my hand to hit back, but Lu Zhang stopped me. Her parents are unemployed, and life at home is very difficult. Don't bother with her. If you are really angry, just hit me. It's okay to hit me a few more times. I laughed in anger. She can slap me just because her family is having a hard time. Am I her punching bag? I asked Lu Zhang. Who are you to her? Can you apologize for her and take the beating for her? Lu Zhang then remembered that we were engaged. He, as her fiancé, should protect me, but he still didn't let go. If it weren't for that incident, we wouldn't have gotten engaged. My mother wouldn't have targeted her parents. Yeah, Shanshan is already very upset. Can't you be considerate of her? In the previous life, when we were studying together at the National University of Defense Technology, whenever Su Shanshan and I had a dispute, Lu Zhang would always use such words to make me give in. He clearly knew how taboo I was about that incident, but he kept bringing it up. In order to protect Su Shanshan, he stabbed my heart without hesitation. As if I wouldn't feel any pain, now he treats me like this again, but I won't give in anymore. With a cold face, I pried Lu Zhang's hands apart little by little. Lu Zhang was afraid that if I made a scene, Su Shanshan would suffer, so he humbly asked me to forgive her. Yeah. She really didn't mean to hit you, she was just too angry. I took a deep breath and interrupted Lu Zhang. How about I call the police now? Lu Zhang knew that as long as I called the police, Su Shanshan would not have the opportunity to attend the interview. After hesitating for a while, Lu Zhang stepped aside. I slapped Su Shanshan. At the last moment, Lu Zhang still couldn't bear to let Su Shanshan take this slap. He pushed Su Shanshan away and offered his face. I used all my strength to slap her, leaving a bright red palm print on Lu Zhang's face. Su Shanshan exclaimed, "Brother Zhang, why did you do this? Why did she hit you? I want to avenge you." Lu Zhang stopped Su Shanshan and asked me with red eyes, "Is it okay now?" Looking at their angry and aggrieved appearance, it seems that I am the one who is making trouble. Forget it. It will only be over in 12 days. Just bear with it. Lu Zhang was so focused on Su Shanshan that he was afraid that she would not be able to pass the interview because of her parents' unemployment. He didn't even notice that I was not in the same examination room with them. During the physical fitness test, Lu Zhang finally found out. Asked me if I had changed my choice. I didn't want to talk to him and nodded lazily. Lu Zhang was actually a little angry. Why? I suddenly felt that I couldn't stand the full military management, so I didn't want to go. Lu Zhang asked me which school I filled in as my first choice. Telling him might make them happier and cause less trouble for me. Gongda, Lu Zhang subconsciously murmured. So far, it's far away so that you won't be disturbed by your love. I didn't say anything and passed by Lu Zhang. When I went down the stairs, a hand stretched out from behind and pushed me. Although I grabbed the handrail in time, I still twisted my foot. It's not serious, but it will definitely affect the physical test results. Su Shanshan sneered. You almost made me fail the interview. I will make you fail the physical test. I glanced at the monitor above my head and said nothing. The test was about to start, and I didn't have time to tangle with Su Shanshan. The examiner moved my name to the end after learning that I sprained my foot. He also kindly found someone to give me a massage. The first item was a 5-meter sprint, which took me 5 seconds. Failed. There were 4 items in total, and I had to pass all the remaining 3 items. Otherwise I couldn't get into the early batch. I could only go through the ordinary batch. The examiner looked at me with worry. In the standing long jump, I only jumped 4 meters for the first time. I just passed the 3rd time. I passed the 8-meter long run and sit-ups later. I called the police as soon as I left the examination room. Su Shanshan was arrested by the police. Lu Zhang was so anxious that he came to me to beg me after negotiating with the police to no avail. Yeah, can you forgive Shanshan? She didn't do it on purpose. I asked Lu Zhang if he had seen the surveillance video. If he had seen it, he would not have said this. Lu Xing knew in his heart that Su Shanshan did it on purpose, but he still excused her. She has some misunderstandings about you. I will slowly enlighten her. I promise that she will never do anything to hurt you again. Su Shanshan always thought that I directed and acted in the bar incident. It was to separate her from Lu Xing. That was a scar that I could not show to others, but they repeatedly mentioned it in front of me. Now, Lu Xing brought up this matter again. I flatly refused and said, your promise is useless. You can't restrain her, and you can't bear to punish her. Lu Xing was extremely embarrassed, for Su Shanshan's ignorance and for my lack of face, but he still couldn't let go of Su Shanshan. You really can't, I interrupted Lu Xing's words. If you do something wrong, you should be punished. This is what she deserves. I will not forgive her. In my previous life, I was too weak and could not be cruel. That's why Su Shanshan stepped on my head again and again. This time, I must teach her a lesson. I turned back to the room, and Lu Xing grabbed my arm and begged in a low voice, if I use all the good things I have done for you in the past 10 years to ask for a favor from you, will you give me this face? Lu Xing has been very good to me in the past 10 years. He protects me like a real brother and gives in to me. He took the blame for me, fought and cursed for me, especially after my mother passed away. If it weren't for him, I would have had a mental illness long ago. How could I have been admitted to a public university? It was because of all the good things he did to me that I couldn't let him go in my previous life, and always hoped that he would come back. I didn't have a father and mother to rely on, no brothers and sisters to accompany me, only him. At that time, I didn't know that once a man has a sweetheart, he will never care about his childhood sweetheart again. I will never have any intersection with him in this life, and I should return this love to him. Okay, remember what you said. From now on, you and I will not owe each other anything. Seeing my resolute tone, Lu Xing was a little panicked, wanting to say something else to me. I just shook him off and closed the door. Lu Xing couldn't knock on my door, so he sent me an apology text message. Yeah, I'm sorry. I made you sad again. See, he knows everything, but he still protects Su Shanshan without hesitation. Apologizing is meaningless. You are just following your heart. Anyway, I don't love you anymore. It will only hurt for 6 days. Just bear it and it will pass. After Su Shanshan came out, she not only did not restrain herself, but also intensified her provocation and insults. You are just a parasite living under someone else's roof. Why are you pretending to be a big shot? And you called the police. Is calling the police useful? Don't you know that Jinga's father is an officer and has strong connections? Can you stop pestering Jinga so shamelessly? Even if you pester him shamelessly, how long can you pester him? When we go to the National University of Defense Technology, we won't come back once a year. Can you see him? Even if Aunt Lee protects you, she can't come to the school to take Shinga back. Shinga doesn't like you at all, so how could he fall in love with you because of the responsibility you imposed on him? It's impossible for him to get engaged to you. It's even more impossible for him to marry you. Just give up on this idea. I was busy choosing the dress for my coming-of-age ceremony, so I didn't want to pay attention to Su Shanshan. But I couldn't stand her arrogant and stupid look. I decided to kindly remind her, has Lu Xing never told you? My father is also a major, and he is at the same level as Lu's father. My uncle is the principal, and my uncle is the director. If I want to kill you, Lu Xing can't save you. Do you think Lu Xing got you out by using his connections? No, he begged me to spare you and promised me that there would never be a next time. That's why I agreed to let you go, if I don't nod. You won't be able to go to any school that requires political review, let alone the National University of Defense Technology. Do you understand? Su Shanshan didn't believe that I had such a strong background. You're just bragging. Who has seen your father in the 3 years of high school? When did the principal open a back door for you? Is the director a big official? You are just a poor homeless person. You stay at the Lu family and eat and drink for free. Homeless? The 4 words hurt me. Although I have a good family background and many people can support me, but I have no home. My father is a workaholic and never goes home. The last time I saw him was at my mother's funeral. It has been more than 3 years since then. My uncles and aunts are very busy at work and have their own families to take care of. No one can take care of me. Since my mother died in a car accident, I have been staying at the Lu family for 3 years. Mother Lee has been taking care of me as her own daughter. I have also always treated Mother Lee as my own mother, until I was reborn. Recalling the various accusations and indifference she made to me after I fell out with Lu Xing in my previous life, I can no longer be as close to her as I used to be. Every day living in the Lu family is torture. There are 3 more days, the day before my birthday. My aunt called me and said, there is something I have thought about, and I still think I should tell you. That is, there is a new discovery about your molestation. In my previous life, I was very shy about this matter, and I would lose my temper when I heard the word molesting. I didn't let my aunt continue, now I have let it go, and I want to hear what made her unable to sleep so early in the morning, you tell me. The two people who molested you were probably instigated by Lee Chun-mei. They were drunk at the time and were guided to see you, according to their description and that of the bar waiter. That person was probably Lee Chun-mei. All the nearby surveillance cameras did not capture her face. So there is no evidence that she was also in the bar at the time. There is no evidence that she was the one who instructed them to molest you. So, my aunt has not told you. Just keep this in mind. Don't tell anyone. After hanging up the phone, I was still in a daze for a long time. It turns out that the two molesters were not the ones who really ruined my life. It was Motherly, who was as close to me as mother and daughter. She didn't like Su Shanshan, and she was attracted by my family background. So she came up with such a vicious plan to force Lu Zhang to get engaged to me. I was just a pawn she used to break up Lu Zhang and Su Shanshan, a stepping stone to pave the way for Lu Zhang. No wonder she always encouraged me to compete with Su Shanshan for Lu Zhang. After I lost to Su Shanshan again and again, she despised me for being useless and ignored me because she couldn't hold Lu Zhang's heart. She let me live alone with two sons in difficulty when I was ruthless to compete with Lu Zhang. She stabbed me in the back. From beginning to end, she never really cared for me, only calculated and used. Motherly pushed the door open with a big box in her hand and smiled. Yeah. Motherly has prepared a surprise for you, open it, and take a look. I obediently took the box and opened it, pretending to be surprised. Wow, what a beautiful dress. Thank you, Motherly. Motherly tried the dress on me and was more and more satisfied with it. Would you like to wear this dress on your engagement day? Okay, I'll wear this dress when I get engaged to Lu Zhang. I will give this dress to Su Shanshan. It would be very interesting for her to be your daughter-in-law. You have ruined my life, and I will make you unhappy for the rest of your life. I took Motherly's arm and said with a smile, Motherly, I have a surprise for you tomorrow. My coming-of-age ceremony was held in the most luxurious hotel in the city. There were not many guests. In addition to my parents' close friends and relatives, there were only Motherly and Lu Zhang. Motherly chatted with my relatives with a smile. Lu Zhang greeted my uncle and uncle in a restrained manner. The waiter came in and asked, Ms. Pan, there is a little girl named Su Shanshan outside who said you asked her to come. Do you want to invite her in? When Lu Zhang heard Su Shanshan's name, he was shocked and looked at me angrily. Motherly raised her lips in satisfaction and gave me an approving look. Auntie sneered and glanced at Lu Zhang. Is it Su Shanshan who pushed you and almost made you fail the physical test? I smiled and nodded, and asked the waiter to invite Su Shanshan in. Lu Zhang wanted to stop him, but the waiter didn't listen to him at all. Su Shanshan was wearing the white dress she wore when she danced with Lu Zhang. She also put on makeup and tied a beautiful braid. She is very beautiful and confident, standing proudly at the door when she saw me surrounded by people. The light in Su Shanshan's eyes dimmed. When Cinderella broke into the prince's banquet, she was surprised and inferior. Lu Zhang was the first to meet him and used his body to isolate others from the probing eyes of Su Shanshan. He is really considerate. He used to be like this to me. Why are you here? Lu Zhang's eyes were full of worry. Panyu asked me to come. She said you would propose to her today, Brother Zhang. Can you not propose to her? I really like you. I know I can't compare to Panyu, but I really like you. Su Shanshan's voice gradually became lower. She just turned 18, and seeing my birthday. She understood the distance between her and me. If she were Lu Zhang, she would choose me and give up her. She held Lu Zhang's hand tightly, like a drowning person holding the only driftwood. Seeing that I didn't take the next step, Mother Li's face showed impatience. Yeah, what did you ask her to do? I suddenly realized and asked the waiter to go to the upstairs room to get a big box, handed it to Su Shanshan. This is the engagement dress that Motherly gave to her future daughter-in-law. Try it on to see if it fits. Su Shanshan held the box with both hands and looked at Motherly in surprise. Auntie, you want Lu Zhang to get engaged to me, and you gave me a dress. Lu Zhang looked at me in panic. He finally convinced himself to give up Su Shanshan and get engaged to me. He had been suffering for so long. I didn't expect that I would suddenly not get engaged to him. I really didn't want him anymore. I also arranged this ugly daughter-in-law meeting her parents-in-law for him, forcing his mother to accept Su Shanshan in public. He finally understood what I meant by saying that I would fulfill his wish. The panic in Lu Zhang's eyes was getting more and more. Before he could speak, I asked him, do you like this surprise? I prepared it for you for half a month. Lu Zhang, this time you finally don't have to say sorry to me. You don't have to say thank you, because I didn't have good intentions. Motherly panicked and took the dress back from Su Shanshan. You're dreaming. How can you be worthy of it? This is the dress I gave to Yaya. Didn't Motherly say yesterday that this is a dress for you to wear on the day of engagement? How did you misunderstand what Motherly meant? She was the one who misunderstood. I only took the dress, but didn't say I would wear it. She gave me a surprise, so I naturally had to give her a surprise in return. I took the dress from Mother Li and handed it to Su Shanshan. Lu Zhang likes Su Shanshan, so it's natural that Su Shanshan should be engaged to him. Mother Li, you shouldn't break up the couple. Love can overcome all difficulties. You should believe that they will support each other and become better people. I also gave Su Shanshan the 4-leaf clover bracelet that Lu Zhang gave me as a birthday gift. This is the bracelet Lu Zhang bought. Try it and see if it fits. Lu Zhang and Mother Li were completely dumbfounded. Yeah, Lu Zhang reached out to pull me, but I dodged lightly. I pushed Su Shanshan, who was in a daze, and said, go change your dress. If it doesn't fit, you can ask Mother Li to modify it. Su Shanshan thanked me happily, holding the dress and left with the waiter. Mother Li stopped Su Shanshan. Stop, that's not yours. You can't touch it. My aunt pulled Mother Li aside to enlighten her. A forced melon is not sweet. This girl looks good. She will definitely become a talent in the future. Mother Li blurted out, she is the daughter of a security guard. How can she be worthy of my son? If you really like her, why don't you let her be your daughter-in-law? Aunt spread her hands. She doesn't like my son. Besides, my son already has a girlfriend. A female prosecutor. Maybe he did it. Mother Li became even more angry. She twisted Lu Zhang twice and pushed him in front of me. Lu Zhang, tell Ye clearly. Tell her that you like her, not Su Shanshan. Hurry up. How could Lu Zhang say such a false statement that he likes me in front of Su Shanshan? He couldn't bear to let Su Shanshan suffer any grievances. At the same time, he also knew how much he had done to hurt me in order to protect Su Shanshan. Even the friendship between us was used up by him. What qualifications does he have to say that he likes me now? Even if he said it, I wouldn't believe him. Lu Zhang looked at me with a complicated expression, with grievance and regret. Just as he was about to speak, Su Shanshan rushed towards him. Brother Zhang, this skirt is perfect for me. Come and see if I look good. Lu Zhang nodded, but his eyes were still on me. Su Shanshan was not satisfied with Lu Zhang's perfunctory attitude, and gently hit him on the chest twice. You didn't even look at me. Don't you want to get engaged to me? Lu Zhang didn't answer. His eyes were still on me. It has been a long time since he looked at me so intently. As long as Su Shanshan was around, his eyes would always unconsciously drift towards her. Now that I am leaving, he can't bear to leave me. When she heard the word engagement, Mother Li went crazy again. If my aunt hadn't stopped her, she would have torn Su Shanshan apart. Mother Li, who was tricked by me, mentioned the fact that I was molested in front of everyone. It's all Lu Zhang's fault. He took you to the bar but didn't protect you. You got scared. Are you okay? Now, everyone knows that's my Achilles heel. In the first 3 days after the incident, I was like crazy. I didn't eat or sleep, and I was making a fuss all day and all night. Uncle and aunt, no one can comfort me. Only Lu Zhang can let me sleep peacefully. When Mother Li proposed that Lu Zhang and I get engaged, no one objected. Now that I have finally gotten out of the predicament and decided not to get engaged to Lu Zhang, they naturally won't object. And what Mother Li said might make me collapse again. There was murderous intent in the eyes of my uncle and uncle. Lu Zhang kept winking at Mother Li, asking her to stop talking, but Mother Li continued to step on my sore spot like a blind person who couldn't read the signs. Don't go to bars. Places where there are all kinds of people. Girls can easily get into trouble. My uncle was about to get angry, but my aunt stopped him. Teacher Li went to the bar that day, right? Why was she wearing a mask in the middle of summer? Did she catch a cold or was there something inconvenient to disclose? Since you were there, why didn't you just call Ye home? Mother Li knew that the matter was exposed and dared not say a word, in order to ease the atmosphere. My aunt asked about the admission situation. Did Ye still apply for the National University of Defense Technology? Has the list of names come out? Auntie has already prepared the suitcases and computers for you when school starts. I put down my chopsticks. No. I applied for the public university, and the list of names has just come out. I did not disappoint everyone's hopes and was admitted. Relatives and friends said a lot of praise and blessings. Su Shanshan spoke at an inappropriate time. You want to be a police officer, with your ladylike demeanor. Can you endure such hardship? Is the salary of a police officer enough for you to buy a skirt? Lu Zhang wanted to cover Su Shanshan's mouth, but Su Shanshan playfully kissed his palm. This kind of intimate gesture is sweet and exciting when only 2 people are together. It seems particularly vulgar in public. Lu Zhang blushed. He didn't even dare to raise his head. I responded in a neither humble nor arrogant manner. People like me are actually the most suitable for public security studies. I can truly be unyielding in the face of power and wealth. I can serve the people wholeheartedly. If someone like you goes to the public security, it will be a real harm to others and yourself. Others can buy you off with a little bit of profit. You will succumb to personal threats with a little bit of trickery. My uncle applauded me enthusiastically. Well said. Our public security system needs talents like you. On behalf of the Provincial Public Security Bureau, I welcome you to join. My aunt followed suit. Then I reluctantly welcome you on behalf of the Procuratorate. Su Shanshan asked my uncle and aunt why they could welcome me on behalf of the Provincial Public Security Bureau and the Procuratorate. It's not their family's business. Lu Jing no longer wanted to care about Su Shanshan. The mocking eyes of the crowd made him want to find a hole to crawl into. Before the meal was finished, Lu Jing took Su Shanshan away. Her stupidity was only revealed in front of him, and she was innocent. It was embarrassing to be exposed in front of everyone. Mother Li also left the table halfway. After dinner, I didn't go back to Lu's house, but stayed in the hotel directly. My aunt sent a waiter to Lu's house to help me pack my things. I stayed in the hotel for 2 days, and then went back to my own home. No one had lived in my home for 3 years, except for the dried flowers on the balcony. Everything was the same as when my mother was still alive. After a simple tidying, I wore the clothes my mother wore when she was alive, and lay on her favorite rocking chair when she was alive, dreaming of being loved. My mother is a very beautiful and delicate woman who loves to dress up and play. My mother dotes on me very much, and she gives me whatever I want. She said that I didn't have a father around me since I was a child, and I was a sensitive girl. She had to give me a lot of love so that I could grow up healthily, but she was gone before I grew up. After receiving the admission letter, I took a photo and sent it to my father. I want to go see him. I wonder if he is free now. I didn't get any news from my father, but I did get an apology from Lu Sheng. Yeah, I'm sorry. When Shanshan had a dispute, I always protected her and ignored you. I don't like her, and I never thought about getting engaged to her. I just felt sorry for her and wanted to help her. I believe what he said is true. He likes Su Shanshan, but not to the point of wanting to marry her. Half of the reason why he has been obsessed with Su Shanshan in his previous life is because he couldn't get her love. The more you can't get, the more you want to get it, once it's within your reach. It feels boring. After a lot of twists and turns, I replied to him with one sentence. I will eventually meet the person who will always protect me, be it friendship or love. I just want someone who will always stand by me. On the day I left for school, Lu Jing wanted to take me to the train station. I refused. It's not good to let your girlfriend misunderstand. Lu Jing frowned slightly. She is not my girlfriend. I have made it clear to her. I smiled faintly. She doesn't think so. After Su Shanshan accepted the engagement dress from Li's mother, she has always regarded herself as Lu Zhang's fiancé. She also sent a message to warn me not to get close to her man. After being blocked by me, she borrowed her phone to send me text messages. It made me very annoyed. I want to change my mobile phone number. Lu Zhang didn't say anything, took the luggage in my hand and left. I walked very slowly behind him, keeping a long distance. I didn't look at him or talk to him. I ignored him like he ignored me in his previous life. Lu Jing felt my alienation and turned his head several times to say something. In the end, he kept his mouth shut. He knew that some things could not be returned after all. Maybe it was to compensate, or maybe it was out of politeness. Lu Jing bought me a big bag of food in the supermarket at the station. I picked a pack of plain melon seeds from it. Lu Jing was surprised. Don't you like the others? Don't you girls like to eat these things? Shanshan, he kept mentioning the 3 words, Su Shanshan, every 3 sentences, and he said he didn't like her. Was he lying to me or to himself? Not all girls like those snacks. It's Su Shanshan who likes them. You remember all her preferences. But you even forgot that I like plain melon seeds? Lu Jing suddenly covered his face, lowered his head in guilt, and apologized with a sob. I'm sorry. I smiled with relief and walked towards the ticket gate with my luggage. I didn't even say goodbye to Lu Zhang, because I never want to see him again. I took a slow sleeper train, which was convenient for enjoying the scenery along the way. The girl sitting opposite me saw that I was holding a copy of the civil code in my hand and asked me if I was a freshman. Which school was I from? After asking, I found out that her name was Wei Wei, and she was also from Gongda. This is so rare. This year, the public university has recruited 2 girls from our province. I met her as soon as I got on the bus. She was a bit outgoing. She called me sister after just 3 minutes of chatting and added me as a WeChat friend. We studied the civil code together, talked about ideals and the future together. We shared snacks together. The more we talked, the more we got along. It felt like we had met too late. It wasn't until I got off the bus that I looked at my phone and saw Lu Jing had sent me a message. I'm sorry, I ignored you in the past 2 years. How can I make it up to you? It wasn't 2 years, it was 30 years. And I don't need to make it up. I deleted all of Lu Zhang's contact information. I also changed my mobile phone number. During the winter vacation, I went back home and visited my head teacher. I accidentally heard him mention that Su Shanshan was expelled from school and was repeating the year. I was quite surprised. Why did she drop out? The head teacher was a little embarrassed. I heard it was because she stole her roommate's stuff. My guess was right. She couldn't resist the temptation. She was probably expelled from school for this reason in her previous life, right? Why did Lu Zhang at that time mistakenly think that I did it? He habitually blamed me for anything bad that happened to Su Shanshan. In this life, I'm not in the National University of Defense Technology, and I've long since cut off ties with him. That's why he didn't suspect me. A year later, I followed my senior brothers on a mission and met Su Shanshan in a nightclub. She was cuddling with a rich second-generation man with shifty eyes. I suddenly realized that in her previous life, she might not have married that idle rich second-generation man just to make Lu Zhang give up. She just wanted to get married because she liked his money. She was obviously bent over for money. But she had to leave a good name of sacrificing for love in Lu Zhang's heart. Let Lu Zhang live in guilt for the rest of his life. Later, she left the rich second-generation man, and it wasn't necessarily because of domestic violence. Because the second-generation rich family went bankrupt at that time, and Lu Zhang was no longer controlled by his parents. He was rich, powerful, and well-connected, and he had a bad relationship with me. She saw the hope of rekindling her old relationship with Lu Zhang, so she sought protection from Lu Zhang in the name of domestic violence. Lu Zhang still had feelings for her, and he owed her a favor, so the two hit it off. Lu Zhang kept the bottom line of a married man and never had a real relationship with Su Shanshan. Su Shanshan couldn't sit still and took the initiative to send me some ambiguous photos and videos, deliberately angered me, so that I would make trouble for Lu Zhang and target her. The more I made things difficult for her, the more Lu Zhang felt sorry for her, and the more he protected her. She used this inferior trick to gradually alienate me, and Lu Zhang finally succeeded in getting promoted. In the previous life, Lu Zhang and I were both the targets of her calculations. I actually lost to a villain like her, and I lost so miserably. We can't just let this vengeance go. The second generation of the rich is also our target. As long as Su Shanshan's urine test is positive, she's done. You can tell from her ecstatic look that she can't be clean. Under my malicious inducement, Su Shanshan was charged with 3 crimes: provoking quarrels, resisting arrest, and assaulting police officers. Finally, Su Shanshan was sentenced to 4 years. During the days of detention, Su Shanshan asked Lu Zhang for help many times. Lu Zhang couldn't even leave the school gate. So how could he run to Beijing to save her? During the spring festival of my junior year, I met Lu Zhang at a class reunion. He was wearing a military uniform, tall, handsome, and upright. He was particularly eye-catching among the well-dressed men. Most of the women's eyes stopped on him. When they saw me, everyone was very enthusiastic. It wasn't because they missed me after not seeing each other for many years. It was just because we were all mature. We understood the importance of interpersonal relationships. I had the same idea as them. Handling cases also requires strong connections. All the students here may become industry elites and business tycoons in the future. I am not afraid of anyone, and I will not offend anyone easily. I have prepared for Lu Zhang to question me for Su Shanshan. Unexpectedly, he opened his mouth and said, "This skirt is so beautiful. It suits your temperament very well." I said thank you lightly. Whether it is his praise or criticism, it can no longer affect my emotions. A classmate mentioned that Su Shanshan was sentenced. Lu Zhang, didn't you go to the National University of Defense Technology together? Why did she drop out? What happened in Beijing? That she was detained in the police station. Lu Zhang took a sip of wine and said lightly, "I don't know her well. I don't know her." The words, "not familiar" and "not clear" replaced the person who once made his heart beat. It turns out that he can be so indifferent to Su Shanshan. It's really funny. In my previous life, I tried for 30 years but couldn't make Lu Zhang forget Su Shanshan. In this life, I did nothing, but they parted ways early. Is this God's will or man's will? Lu Zhang invited me to his house for a few days. I refused. My schedule is very full. I really can't spare the time. Lu Zhang's eyes darkened. Are we really hopeless? I reminded Lu Zhang, we can only be strangers now, after all. You have used our former friendship to plead for Su Shanshan. I said that from now on, we owe each other nothing. Lu Zhang never spoke to me again, just drinking one glass after another. He has a good alcohol tolerance, and all the boys combined are not his opponent. As the night deepened, the girls left one after another. I was ready to leave too. Lu Zhang, who was drinking, stood up. I'll take you there. Refusal should be useless to him, so I chose to remain silent. Lu Xing took me to the door of the hotel. I asked the question that had troubled him for a long time, "Why don't you contact my mother?" I didn't want to answer, but he insisted on asking clearly, "My mother has done nothing wrong to you, right? Why did you delete her WeChat? Since he must know. I won't hide it for Motherly. It will save him from thinking that I am a heartless person. It will also help him give up sooner, because she instigated the two men who molested me. She was also in the bar that night." Lu Xing took a step back and almost fell to the ground. "That's impossible. She wouldn't do that to you." I laughed sarcastically. "Why don't you go ask her in person?" Lu Xing didn't believe that it was a play directed and acted by his mother. "No, she wouldn't do that to you. She has always treated you like her own daughter." I asked back. If she didn't have something to hide, why didn't she dare to contact me for 3 years? "Su Shanshan always said in front of you that I directed and acted it myself. Didn't you believe it? Why don't you believe it was directed and acted by your mother now?" Lu Xing didn't dare to look at me. He felt guilty. He really doubted me. He would rather believe Su Shanshan's slander than my character. I no longer had any last thoughts about him. "Go away. I don't want to see you again." After Lu Xing left, I made an appointment with Wei Wei to go on a trip overnight. Lu Xing changed 3 mobile phones to call me, and I blocked them all. 2 after graduating from college, Wei Wei and I went to work in the provincial department. On the first day of work, we received a large pile of blind date information. The information we received was almost exactly the same. When I went to my uncle's house for dinner, I received another folder of blind date information. It was sorted by my aunt. "This is what I carefully selected according to your preferences. Any one of them has a clean family background. You can pick one with your eyes closed." I didn't want to choose. I gave it to Wei Wei. 3 months later, Wei Wei got married in a flash. She fell in love with my aunt's nephew. He became my relative. 3 years later, Lu Xing appeared in my office. "I heard that you don't have a partner yet. Can you consider me?" I raised my eyebrows slightly and asked him indifferently, "Do you think it's possible?" Lu Xing smiled bitterly. "I knew you would say that. It doesn't matter. I will wait until the day you calm down. I have applied for a transfer order from my superiors, and I will be transferred here in 3 months. I want to buy a house here. Do you have any recommended real estate?" "No, I'm very busy at work. Goodbye." After Lu Xing left, I applied to my superiors for an external transfer. When Lu Xing bought a house and came to the hall to find me again, I was no longer there. When I was 30 years old, Lu Xing came to my house again. Yeah, I know you are not married yet. Can't you really consider me? I haven't made any friends of the opposite sex in these years. I have been waiting for you. I know. Every time I meet old high school classmates, they will mention Lu Xing to me. They say that he is young and promising, and praise him for his resourcefulness. They will also regret that he has never met the right person, but I have never waited for Lu Xing. I don't want to get married not because I don't have a partner, it's just because I don't want to get married or have children. I have a boyfriend. Lu Xing was stunned, then laughed. Yeah, don't joke. I know you are a very traditional woman. If you really have a partner you like, how could you not? A handsome, tall and strong man wearing a bathrobe came out of the bedroom. "Wife, who is he, your colleague or the new neighbor?" Lu Xing saw the ambiguous red marks on the man's chest at a glance and looked at me in disbelief. I shrugged. "Ask Lu Xing if he wants to come in for a cup of tea." Lu Xing fled. 2 I closed the door and was about to go back to sleep. The man pushed me against the door. "Is he your ex-boyfriend? Is he here to get back together with you?" I slapped Wei Chen on the forehead. "You'd better be restrained, otherwise, don't blame me for not giving you face and kicking you out, to put it nicely. You are my boyfriend, to put it bluntly. You are just my sex buddy. Don't interfere in my private affairs, no matter what." Wei Chen changed his domineering CEO style just now and circled around me like a little puppy. "I know I was wrong, sister. I will honestly do my duty as a boyfriend. Next time he comes, I will definitely show the temperament of the eldest wife. I will never let you lose face outside." After sending Wei Chen away, I called Wei Wei to scold her immediately. "Did you tell Lu Xing my address? What are you thinking? Do you want to see him fight with your brother? If you want to cut your brother, just tell me directly. Why bother outsiders?" Wei Wei sipped coffee very loudly. As vigorous as a hungry pig grabbing food. "I just feel sorry for him because he looked for you everywhere but couldn't find any clues." "What? He went at the wrong time and disturbed your sleep?" I snorted coldly. "A man who feels sorry for you will suffer for the rest of his life." Wei Wei sighed. "My poor brother. If I had known that you were as hard-hearted as a rock, I would not have introduced you to him." She said it as if no one cared about him. "You can also introduce him to a soft-hearted god now. It's too late. My brother just called me and asked me how to defeat his rival without fighting without a name." She is proposing to her brother in a different way. As long as I don't accept it, no one can convince me to get married. What does it matter if we get married or not? If we can stay together for life, what does it matter if there is that little book? If the relationship has changed, a marriage certificate can't save anything. Isn't it good to be free? To Lu Sheng extra. I thought I had a lot of time to get Pan Yu back. I thought she just needed time to forgive me. I waited patiently for her to forget those unpleasant things. Until I saw the man in the bathrobe in her house, it turned out that she had fallen in love with someone else. How could the girl I had protected for 18 years be taken away by another man? The moment I saw him, I had only one thought: kill him, but I didn't dare. I had already made Yeye unhappy. Doing it in front of her would only make her more angry. I turned back and found Uncle Pan. Uncle Pan has always liked me. As long as he came forward to help us get together, I would always have a chance. But Uncle Pan hadn't contacted Yeye for a year. How could it be possible? He is her father. Only then did I remember that Uncle Pan was away from home all year round and had a weak relationship with Yeye. He only came back for a week after my aunt passed away and left. He has never come back since then. He didn't even come back for Yeye's 18th birthday. As a father, he has never fulfilled his responsibilities. During her most difficult 3 years, only my mother and I were with her. And we betrayed her at the same time. It turns out that the most pitiful girl was never Su Shanshan, who was from a poor family, but Yeye, who seemed to be well off, but was actually lonely. She had several mountains to lean on, but no one was her support. My mother's kindness to her was calculated, and my care was given to another person early on. She lived alone in this world, and no one really loved her or accompanied her, so now she doesn't love any of us. What did I do? Why did I treat her like that? Why did I feel that she was fearless and didn't need me? Why can't I always see her helplessness and bitterness? Now, she finally doesn't want me. She doesn't want Uncle Pan either. This is the retribution we deserve. Tu Su Shanshan came to me to get back together again. How could a woman who had been with several men and been in jail deserve me to look at her more? If she hadn't been pretending to be pitiful in front of me to gain sympathy, Yeye wouldn't have left me. I hated her and wanted to put her in jail again. When I thought of my mother, I agreed. I took her back to my hometown to see my mother. I said to her, if you can convince my mother to accept you as her daughter-in-law, I will marry you. As I guessed, Ayami mother and Su Shanshan tortured each other for half a year. The more they got along, the more they wanted each other to die. Later, they had a big fight. Both were admitted to the hospital. My mother threatened me that if I dared to marry Su Shanshan, she would jump off the building and commit suicide. Later, I did not marry Su Shanshan. It was not because I was afraid that my mother would commit suicide, because I was favored by the commander's daughter Yao Chenling. She was determined to marry me. The commander was so annoyed by this precious daughter that he came to ask me what I thought. What could I think? Such a willful and capricious woman must be married home to serve my mother. On the wedding day, my mother acted like a mother-in-law and asked Yao Qianling to kneel down and serve her tea. Yao Qianling was a baby who grew up in a pampered way. When had she ever kneeled down to anyone? She raised her hand and splashed the tea on my mother's face. My mother raised her hand to hit me, and Yao Qianling grabbed my mother's hand and started to wrestle with her. The guests laughed. The commander and my father both blushed. Not knowing what to do, they all looked at me. I won't help anyone. This daughter-in-law is the kind of daughter-in-law my mother wants. A rich lady who is well-matched and helpful to my future. What reason does she have not to tolerate? Yao Qianling cried and threatened the commander countless times before she married into this family. What reason does she have not to accept my mother as a mother-in-law? I put all my energy into work, and I don't care how my mother and my wife make trouble at home when I'm in a good mood. I go back and take a walk to accompany the children. When I'm in a bad mood, I stay at work. My wife praises me for being good. Unlike other men who only help my mother bully my wife, she said I'm a perfect man, capable, motivated, and never messes around outside. Marrying me is the best thing she has done in her life. I want to never see him again. Rui, is Yeye the same? Too, my mother scolded me for being unfilial and indulging my wife to bully her. I asked her to think about Su Shanshan. Asked her whether she wanted Su Shanshan or Yao Qianling to be her daughter-in-law. My mother blurted out that she wanted Pan Yu to be her daughter-in-law. I couldn't hold it in any longer and rushed out of the house. I cried silently in the heavy rain. I also wanted to marry Pan Yu, but it was too late. She had always said that she would not marry or have children, but now she was married to the man who wore a bathrobe in her house. She was no longer the little childhood sweetheart who surrounded me. She had long stopped calling my mother motherly. Our fate ended when I first felt sympathy for Su Shanshan. The rest of my life is long, and I can no longer call her Yeye softly. If my mother hadn't hired someone to molest her, maybe we would have been a happy family. It's all my fault. Why was I so nice to Su Shanshan? Let everyone mistakenly think that I liked her. If I could see through myself and Yeye earlier, maybe our children would be as tall as me. If time could be reversed, I would give everything.